Good morning, traders. So how did we trade the DAX this morning? So, as I mentioned yesterday, there's a lot of confusion on the DAX, and I feel there still is quite a bit of confusion. So we did gap up quite nicely, but the sellers pretty much stepped in and moved back to the downside. So these three levels to the downside, this bottom level was almost tested. If you had a long entry on the gap close, it definitely would have worked out a little bit for you. I just want to get, so you would have had a 50-point risk and you would have ended up with 30 points at the moment. So yeah, there's still no clear signal as to whether we are going to continue moving up or whether we are still consolidating. So for now, I prefer to err on the side of caution, and this is still a very wide consolidation pattern. Okay, so the interesting thing is, though, that we have not created, let me just get rid of this. So we have not created a lower low. Okay, now that's one good thing, but the other negative portion of this is that we have continuation diversions. Okay, so in other words, price made a higher low, but the oscillators didn't conform. Oscillators formed a lower low. So that is normally an indication of more downside and at least to come and test the previous lows. Okay, so, and you can see the 200 EMA on the 4 hour is really holding up price at the moment. Okay, the last thing I want to just highlight on the area where we turned. If you look to left, the immediate left, there was nothing really there. I would have expected sort of a turn up here at around 12,396, 12,400 area, but instead we utilized those inside tails there. Okay, so yeah, there's nothing concrete about what was going on yesterday. But anyway, let's just get down to the half hour. Okay, so for all intents and purposes, on the half hour, the trend was still down at the gap down, moved up, pretty much moved up to try and close the top gap, and then we sold off again. Okay, now this candle here, indecision, then you had the bull stepping in, then immediately the bear stepping in. That is confusion. Big up, big down, big up and big down, big up, big down. So, that's just a clear sign of confusion. So where we stand at the moment is still in a state of confusion as far as I'm concerned. We do have this little channel that has formed, but we have closed below the channel. Okay, now I noticed that there was a bit of a sell-off in the US last night at the close, which more than likely profit taking because we created a new high. And this morning Asia's pretty flat, and the DAX is, well, DAX futures is down at the moment, almost 0.5%. So that's, what's that, 12,270. Obviously it spiked up. Obviously we gapped up. Okay, so we're kind of hovering in the exact same space where we closed off yesterday. But yeah, for me there's still no clear direction. So what I see here is a consolidation to the upside, which could very well mean, if we're breaking to the downside, that this move here is going to be replicated. So in other words, from there to there, and we do that. Just put that in there. And have a look to the left, and we'll just see whether that lines up with anything. So it does line up with the inside tails here, more inside tails here. So that is the previous breakout point. Okay, so 12130. that is a pretty good area to watch. Okay, let's just get to the daily. And what I want to do is just double check on where that takes us to. Okay, so that takes us below the 50%, in between 50 and 61.8%. And if you look to the left, you can see it pretty much ties up with that inside tail, that inside tail, that inside tail. These tails, that's one there. So there's quite a bit of support that can be found here. Okay, and remember yesterday I pointed out that we do have a potential inverse head and shoulders forming here. And that's on the daily. Okay, now remember there's another thing that you need to concern yourself about, but let's just get rid of the noise. And that is this weekly head and shoulders. So bet your bottom dollar there are traders that are trading this. So they are looking to short this thing. Keep it short, keep it short. But what I'm seeing here on the weekly is pretty much a very large falling wedge. Okay, so that being said, there's still no, I just want to delete that noise and delete that noise and delete that one. And you can see 2 days into the week and we've basically moved nowhere, still indecision. Now, the other thing to look at on the weekly is we had a solid move up, inside bar, and with another inside bar forming. Okay, now if I just delete all of this and highlight our 9 moving average. So this is our 9 smooth moving average. Okay, well, weighted smooth moving average. And you can see price on the weekly is just hovering around on it. Okay, if you look at the oscillator here, we are pointing to the upside. We have grouped. We haven't had a nice grouping like down here, but we are grouping at the moment. Okay, and it is a sort of an early warning that things are about to happen. Now, come to the daily. You'll see the opposite is true. We're sort of in the overbought territories on both oscillators. Okay, however, we are also testing the break of the 26 smooth moving average. So you can see here we broke through the 26, consolidated, came back, and we've tested it once, we've tested it twice. Okay, so there is still a lot of confusion, and in my humble opinion, we will still, we should be consolidating now, testing these breaks. If the test fails, then definitely this measured move will play out. So in other words, this one here. Okay, so that one will play out. But just bear in mind that, okay, the Nasdaq closed down, the S&P closed flat, and the Dow closed up 0.4%. Okay, so nothing concrete to give us any direction at the moment. Oscillators are indicating on the 30-minute that we have some more downside to come, but it could just be more in this channel, or it could be a retest of the lows here. Okay, and the other thing to bear in mind here is you do have a head and shoulders here for a move to the downside. So you see what I mean? You've got so many patterns at the moment, and you've got bullish patterns, you've got bearish patterns, depending on which time frame you're looking at. So that just indicates a bit of confusion, well, quite a bit of confusion in the market. So for me today, probably sitting on my hands with the DAX again, unless we do pull back further. Okay, I'm kind of expecting a bit of a deeper pullback. Okay, so I'm kind of expecting us to come and sort of target this area here. So what I'm looking for is a 61.8 or a 50% retracement. So let's just put a block in here. So that's kind of what I'm expecting. So if we come back to the 30-minute, we can just pick up those two levels. So the first one is going to be the 61.8 would be 12 to 90, and the next level would be, so the first level is 12 to 40, and the next level is 12 to 30. So pretty much 12 to 30 to 12 to 40, that's the area that I'm looking to see price form base and then move to the upside. So two things can happen. Either we're going to continue moving down for this move, or this is our first move up, move down, second move up. And when you see all these tails like this, you can see that's, that's barbed wire. It looks like barbed wire with all these tails, top and bottom. And that is just confusion. So this whole move up yesterday was one of extreme confusion. So bulls and bears were both trying to push the price in the direction that they thought it was going. Okay, so it's not something that I like trading. So probably not going to trade it unless we do pull back into this area and start forming a base. Okay, so for me, the DAX is a wait and see, and I think rather actually trade the Dow or the Aussie. There's looking much better setups on those two assets at the moment for me. Anyway, guys, that's my view on the DAX this morning. No, it doesn't help much, but patience is key in this game. So I think I'll just wait this out and see what happens. And I'm looking to get in for a swing trade. So I'm not looking for an intraday trade on this. I still believe that this is consolidating quite extensively, and we've had a nice move to the upside. We are still consolidating, so I'm looking for a continuation of this move. Okay, if a continuation fails, then I'll look for the shorts, but it's very difficult to be short when you see how the buyers are stepping in at every single level. So as soon as you hit a major level, the buyers are there. So I'd rather just wait for this nonsense to play out and then trade it to the upside. Okay, so that's my view on the DAX. If you are going to trade it, please just keep your stops really tight, because my opinion is there's no real clear direction of where we're going. Not yet, anyway. Might be something just now, but not at the moment. So, yeah, enjoy your day, and I'll catch up with you guys later. Cheers for now.